Well, hey everybody, it is Romania Black, and this has been a long time coming. So, Toilet-Bound Hanako-Kun. Oh my gosh. So, this series is one of the first that was ever on my channel. Oh man, I went back and looked at the playlist today, way back in the ye old 2000, and I was like, oh man, like the 9-minute reaction clips, like 9-minute discussions, everything looked terrible. There wasn't a microphone, no lighting, just a girl with a dream. And a severe lack of boredom from being stuck inside during lockdown. So, Toilet-Bound Hanako-Kun, I love this series, and I am so excited that it's October because back over the summer I was very busy, and I was like, I'm a teacher, and I know that my fall gets busy with school, and I was like, I need to plan ahead. What am I going to be doing throughout this fall? And I immediately decided I wanted to do some catch up on Hanako-kun in October because it's Halloween and Hanako-kun is very ghostly and eerie, and there's exorcists and ghouls, and so it just seemed appropriate. And here's the thing, I was intending last year to look at this after school special. I was intending to. I did Uzumaki last year, which is on my channel right now if you want something spooky for the holidays. I did Uzumaki, but my intention was to do like a reaction to the after school Hanako-kun special for Halloween last year. And guess what? And so it just didn't happen. It did not work out with my schedule, and I was very sad about it. I have not looked at after school Hanako-kun since 2023, which is time flies. Time is a thief. But I had every intent to last Halloween, and with Uzumaki and my schedule on my channel, it just did not work. So I am taking the time now to do the 2024 after school Hanako-kun episodes, which are episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. Each of them are 10 minutes. So we got 40 minutes of goodness that's going to be in the link down below, and then we'll come back and talk about all of them as we go. Now, I will probably be splicing these together and just doing that and doing a countdown for each one because that just seems appropriate. And then the link will have them all just in a row so you can sync them up if you want to. That's the idea. I'm also planning on this month, at the very least, I am going to be looking at volume 22 because it's been like a year and a half since I've looked at volume 21. So I'm going to be going back through rewatching volume 21 to get prepped, maybe rereading it, and then at least getting to volume 22 in October. Hopefully in November I'll get to volume 23. They're up to volume 25's worth now, but I know that there's at least a volume cover out and an official release for volumes 22 and 23. So I'm going to at least get to those this fall, and then we'll see about volumes 24 and 25 hopefully next year and get back into it because I love Hanako-kun. I've had a lot of people ask if I would react to season 2, but I have the manga reactions on my channel, so it's kind of like I already kind of know what happens. So I will probably do a poll in 2026 of sequel series because there's a lot of sequel series that I need to get caught up on my channel, and I will definitely be putting out a poll for that, and I will include Hanako-kun on there. Whether or not y'all vote for it is up to you all. If you're on my Patreon, you'll get a chance to vote for that later. That's my plan anyway. So we'll see where that goes, but I am super excited to get into this after school. It feels perfect to start out October. It feels so fall, so festive. Fall is my favorite holiday, and October is one of my favorite months. It's also one of my busiest months, so you just have to savor it, and I'm so excited about that. So thank you all so much for all your kindness. Thank you for being patient. I do get a lot of comments still for Hanako-kun in my videos, and it just warms my heart because it's one of the first series that I watched. I love it, and it has a very special place in my heart too. And it'll be exciting to watch this and jump back into all of the characters and everything when I have not really interacted with them like all year. So that will be exciting to get back into it. I'm looking forward to that. But with that being said, I will definitely do a timer, a prep for each of the episodes, and then I'll have a link down below with all of those reactions to all 4 episodes kind of mushed together so you can time it and sync it up with your devices and as well, but we'll just go from there. So with that being said, we are watching the sub, and we're going to start After School Hanako-kun, and we are going to do that here, episodes 5 through 8, in 3, 2, 1. I am honestly in awe of this show. Every time I watch it or I read the manga, I am reminded why I love it so much. Can we all agree that Sakura looked like a combination of Toga and Saionji? Can we all agree on that? Can we all just say that she looked like a crossover of the two of them when she was in her male form? This is going to be really hard to pick my favorites because I liked this year's compilation better than the one back in 2023. I like 2024's After School even more. And so I'm really excited to see if they do one for 2025. I don't know if they're going to do another set of these. I guess I could look that up and see if they are going to do an After School Hanako, because these are all based on Omekis, really, from the whole thing. Are they going to do one? They had 2023 and they had 2024. Are they going to do one in 2025? That is the question. I don't know if they will or not. Because they have season 2. Will they do a season 3? I don't know. The wiki does not say that it will. I hope they do, because honestly, these were really, really cute. And I like them after Halloween. They're a lot of fun. These were just adorable. I love the video game, like the Switch playing the games over and over again in it. The Moki are adorable. Moki are just absolutely... Moki are the Nyanko sensei of Hanako-kun. They are the marketable little side character that you just want 1,000 plushies of. The hamster one, I forgot Black Canyon was the name of her hamster. The hamster one was okay. It was fine. Hanako's voice actress is just... She's amazing. Such a good voice actress. I love Ko to pieces. This series is so cruel in shipping Ko and Mitsuba so much and making it so obvious. I'm like, honestly, I am far too deep in the Mitsuba and Ko shipping, and that's kind of one of the reasons I want to get back to volume 22 now. I'm so far into the shipping with them. I love it. But I have said in previous volumes that if Yashiro ended up with Ko, I would be fine with it. Teru, no. Yashiro has this crush throughout these episodes on Teru, but Teru's a weirdo. I love Teru, but he's a weirdo. And I feel like her crush on Teru, now that, you get further into the manga, kind of diminishes a bit because she starts to, like Hanako-kun even more, which I love because they're such a good pair. But, they're also like a doomed pair because he's already dead, so... the cruelty, the angst, right? The hamster one was cute. I did like it. And they gave us more Mitsuba and Ko shipping. So that was fun, of course. The artwork, y'all, the creativity, the artwork, the detail, the colors, the saturation, all the quirkiness. There's something so 2000s about the way that this series accessorizes characters and draws them, but it's referential in the best way. I could just gush about the animation and the art style of this series all day because the mangaka is just... I love it. I love it. It's just a little bit creepy. It's super cutesy. It's super hyper detailed, but it has a very distinct style. I love the style of this series so very much. They all look like they have red eyeliner. Ow and owie. I love it. So yeah, so we basically have throughout this entire thing, I would get the English subtitles on here. Yep. So we had all of them thinking about, Yashiro. I liked it when Hanako-kun's like, you should think of me in your dreams instead of nightmares. I love that. And we see him in Blue Lock. We see Hanako-kun. Emo Hanako is really good. I love that. And then Kaiju him, adorable. But yeah, and then Teru comes in. He's like, let me give you sweet dreams, which, Teru. Also, Tiara as their sister. She looks like Princess Peach. She has her own little Moki. She is precious. I freaking love Tiara. She's so cute. We got right off the bat the episode with Aoi and Teru. Teru is such an interesting character. He really is. And there's a part of him that I'm like, I think he might like Aoi, but he also knows that she's probably going to end up with Akane, so he lets it go, but he does kind of like her. I do appreciate the fact that he helps keep the creepy guy away from her. As a woman, y'all know me. I was going to say it. as a woman, there is a part of me that wishes she could defend herself and didn't have to rely upon a male character to be chivalrous. You know, I'm all about like, girl, protect yourself, be able to defend yourself in this world. But having said that, I do appreciate that Teru was there to be kind and helpful to her. Although he did make her do arts and crafts with her as payment. So I also like the fact that she just doesn't like him. I love that she comes out and she's like, he's an odd duck. I'm not really attracted to him, but okay, whatever. And I think he knows that part does make me feel a little bit sad for him, but it is what it is. Also, dudes, just PSA for every guy out there. Just because a lady frequents the same place that you go to, it's probably just out of convenience to her. It's not you. I've had that happen. I've actually had the scenario that she's talking about here happen to me before, where I just happened to go to the same place after school when I was in college because it was convenient. And some guy was like, oh, you come here often? I'm like, yeah, because it's convenient and it's right here. And I like the stuff, but I don't like you, you know? And so I don't know. I'm like, don't do that. My thing always, or if you go to a bar and some guy's like, you've come here a lot with your friends. And we're like, yeah, we like the vibe up until now. So it's, you know, some women like a guy that, you know, if you have a heterosexual woman, some women like guys that come up and they're forward, but other women are like, if we're not like here to find somebody and we're just here with friends, we're not interested. So it's like, no, just don't. So, that guy was gross. Anyway, I'm glad Teru helped her in the long run. And then all he wants in return is for her to make the candy with her that he's going to end up giving Tiara. Which, you know what? Honestly, Teru, the funny thing about Teru's character is he sucks at cooking and he's a good exorcist, but he sucks at making things. Ko is actually the one that does really good with that. So I kind of like this little extra where he's trying to make things and he's asking for her help because he's kind of a disaster at all of this other stuff. It's super cute. What's also super cute is this freaking ED, the donuts. Y'all don't understand. I have a huge sweet tooth. I love sweets as aesthetic. And all of this, you could break this whole ED down, like with Teru and with Ko and all of them with the donuts and the skill set with them, the mochi. You have Sakura with the one donut that's like the pineapple and then the chocolates, and you have Tsubaka in on that. Like, oh my gosh. And then the cakes, the Yashiro cake, the flapjacks. It's all so adorable. Teru has a sword that's also the skewer, the kebab. So cute. So freaking cute. All of this. I love it. Natsuhiko. Oh my God. It's just adorable. And then, yeah, Tsubaka. I forgot until I watched this. Tsubaka's like such a psychopath. Oh my God. The cutting off, I'll cut off your dick if you want to stay this way. I'm like, oh my God. He's just absolutely terrifying, in all honesty. So yeah. So then we had episode 6. Which was super cute. Those first 2 shorts were fine. The Ray where they swap genders is one of my favorites. I loved that. I loved Hanako-kun being played. Hanako-kun in female form looks like Hotaru from Sailor Moon. Looks like Sailor Saturn, which fits the vibe quite nicely, if you know what I mean. I think that's so cool. I also love the doing girly things and dressing up in all the different like forms. Also the little fish Yashiro, super cute. She's jealous because Hanako has thin legs, even in female form. Also, I love the fact that Ko is not attracted to female Hanako. Not his type. Not his type whatsoever. The different outfits were adorable. I loved the Dr. Moki. That was super, super cute. Loved that. But yeah, and then the little buns that they have, so cute. Again, whenever the mangaka draws Hanako with the big, bright, sparkly eyes, I could take screenshots of every second of all of these shorts, and I would not be in the wrong to do so. The art is so good. And these are just after school special shorts. This is just a 10-minute short that they played throughout the month of October, building up to Halloween. Like, they didn't have to do this. They didn't have to go all out on these shorts, but they did. They made it look so gorgeous. I love it so much. So then Tsubaka, this whole episode is about the gender swap. Tsubaka digs up the summer monster and takes it. One thing about Natsuhiko that I do respect, Natsuhiko is kind of a slimy little worm of a man, but one thing I respect about him is that he is ride or die for Sakura. Ride or die for her. He's like, oh, you're cute, but I have another love. Or he's like, oh, even if you're a man, I will still love you. Like, Natsuhiko's ride or die. You can say that's stupid of him or not, because I don't know if Sakura feels the same way about him as he does her, but I do respect him for that love. But yeah, male Sakura looks like a combination of Sayonji and Toga. Looks like their love child. Acts like their love child too. So that, all checks out. Find a way to undo it. And Tsubaka's like, no, not interested. I also like the idea that Natsuhiko believes that Sakura is pansexual and is inspired by that to try to have a bisexual awakening. I love that, when really Natsuhiko is like the most heterosexually coded character in this show. Absolutely 100%. Also, Tsubaka with the scissors, terrifying. Tsubaka is just terrifying in general. So terrifying. Yep. So terrifying. Tsukasa. Oh my God. Tsukasa, not Tsubaka. What am I doing with my life? I've been saying the wrong name this whole time. Tsukasa. It's the curse. It's the curse of Hanako-kun. I said Hanako-kun absolutely wrong the first how many episodes of the series? Tsukasa. Oh my God. Well, better yet to get that now before we get into the volume 22. So then we have episode 7. Honestly, episode 6 might be my favorite. That one was just consistently really good. The humor of the Moki special with the microphone, it had a very like Truman Show vibe, was really funny. The fact that they made a Moki shake and like threw the Moki into the blender, that is some dark comedy that I can get behind. Oh my God. And it's so cutesy that you don't think much of it at the time, but then when they talk about it, like in the hotel episode, they're like, you find out that Yashiro in that little short died, and this is basically purgatory that she's in, and you're like, oh, it's so cute though and lively. I love it. I love there's an element of Casper the Friendly Ghost in this series that just kind of amps it up a little bit. There's a little bit of dark humor. It's really fun. Love it. And then the Moki hats. I just love Hanako's big bright eyes. So cute. I also forgot that Suda voiced the spy at Tsuchigamori. And I was like, oh yes, Suda. It's so good to hear your voice. I'm always here for that. But the big sparkly eyes, Hanako-kun. Absolutely love it. Then we had the coffee shop. Honestly, I think the hotel episode was cute. And I loved the creativity of the hotel. I did. I would say the hotel one is my third favorite. I would say that it's a toss-up between the gender beam of the summer monster and the coffee shop. The Borders coffee shop. The Borders coffee shop might be my favorite because it has Hanako-kun talking about, I wish this could last forever, and them all working together. It's dramatic. It's over the top. It's kooky. It's fun. It's cute and creative. I love it. I have a new ship of Tsuchigamori and the coffee shop owner. I have a new ship. Just this little short gave me everything. Even though episode 6 was the entire episode dedicated to the summer monster, this one was just super cute. Also, Tsuchigamori in the overall, like the apron that looks like the overalls with the green shirt and the red tie. Living. He looks like a 1995 Sears catalog curtain set, but I love it. Just so cute. And yeah, I want to see if there was any of the yokai or spirits. The fox is there. It almost seemed like there might have been some that were manga spoilers, but that's kind of fun. Like the one with the mask over its head looks like the demon that we encounter in some of the later volumes, but super, super cute. And then we have the Ghost Hotel, which the Ghost Hotel, I really loved the creativity. It had the most artistic flair. Like it had its own cover page, its own title card. You had Nene basically died and ended up in this little purgatory Hotel Transylvania. I like Natsume. I like Hanako-kun as the manager of the hotel, and then you have Tsukasa as the Casper the Friendly Ghost. I love Yashiro's pink outfit. It's adorable. I love Ko as the werewolf, and you have Mitsuba as the mummy. Love that. I like Aoi as the demon that tries to make her sign the contract. And then you have like all the Mokis, which are super cute. The part with Natsuhiko was great because he's Frankenstein. He's had literally a lobotomy, which checks out. And he's in love with Sakura, who's been asleep for centuries. I do feel for Natsuhiko a little bit because all he wants is for the woman of his dreams to recognize him, and she strings him along quite extensively, and he just wants her to love him. And I feel a little bit bad for Natsuhiko for that. He's a ride or die, and I appreciate that. But yeah. And so then we have Teru, who's like an exorcist in the hotel. I love that he has all of these mochis that are all ghosts, and he's like all gathered them around this donut mochi. And he's basically looks like he's about to exorcise all of them, which is honestly hilarious. He's like, how did you end up at this hotel? I'm looking for my little brother. You might think of this as fate. So did he die too? Also, her key being 22 and being the little fish is super adorable. And then the key that she gets from the Moki that looks like his is like the little crown. Okay, which makes sense because he's the exorcist and all that. Yep. And then Aoi as the green fairy with the clover charm. And then we find out that she's been dead the whole time. And this was just her going to purgatory to see her after Aoi's death. And dark as shit. Dark as shit, but it fits Hanako-kun. Hanako-kun is dark. It just is. I think I said Natsume earlier, not only because I'm just watched Natsume's Book of Friends last night, an episode of it, but there is like a melancholy. There's a melancholy to Hanako-kun that is very similar to Natsume's Book of Friends. It's a very similar melancholy. It's very, very similar. They handle it different ways. And I would argue that Hanako-kun maybe goes a little bit more of the angsty route rather than the melancholy route, but they're both very similar. So this was adorable. I loved this. This was so much fun. I loved these shorts. I can't believe it took me a year to get to them, so sorry for making you wait. I've had people ask me to watch them for all a year, and I was like, oh, well, maybe when it gets closer to Halloween. So if they come out with a set this year, I will not make you wait a year for me to watch it. I will definitely try to, in November, get to this set. If they make another set for this year, I will try to next month get to it because these were so cute, and I would love to watch it again. But in the meantime, we will be having volume 22 of the manga out very soon this month, and then I will hopefully get to volume 23 in November or December, one of those 2 months. I would love to try to get to those. I've had them on my to-do list all year, and I've been slowly whittling away, and we finally reached that point, so yay. But anyway, I'm really excited to get to volume 22 later this month, and I hope you all enjoy it. I hope you all can leave a comment down below, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You'll know how it do. And also, if you get a chance to go to my Patreon, you can go check out things there for $5 a month. You can see things a week before everybody else on here, so it's pretty exclusive in that regard. But otherwise, I hope you all have a wonderful week, a wonderfully spooky October, and I hope you all take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all again very soon with some more of Toilet-Bound Hanako-kun. I'll see you then. Bye!